If you have ever propagated plant cuttings in water, you must have noticed that they die as soon as they are transferred to the soil, and it is unchanged about the Monstera deliciosa or the Swiss cheese plant. So in this video, I'm going to share a safe and successful way to transplant the water-rooted Monstera cutting in soil. I will also explain exactly why the water-propagated cuttings die after moving to the soil, and will give you some care tips that help the cutting to adjust to the soil fast. First, let me explain why the water-rooted cuttings die or damage after moving to the soil. The major issue is the difference in the oxygen level in the water substrate and the soil substrate. The soil roots are made to absorb water and oxygen from the air pockets among the soil particles. On the other hand, in water propagation, the cuttings grow a set of water roots with special mechanisms to breathe through the leaves and prevent oxygen loss from the roots, and this is why the water roots face difficulties with acclimatizing to the soil environment, and most of the cuttings failed at this point. However, it is quite tricky to adjust a water-rooted Monstera cutting to the soil, but following a few points can give you 100% success with transplantation and adaptation. I have propagated a cutting of Monstera deliciosa in water. Monstera deliciosa is slow to root and took 2 months to develop these many roots. And now this cutting needs to be transplanted in the soil to grow big. Number 1. In the case of Monstera, the roots don't grow as fast as other plants like mint or basil, and it can take up to 2 months before the cutting is ready to move into the soil. However, in about 2 months, there should be enough roots and some new growth as this cutting. You also can transplant earlier, but there should be at least 3 to 4 inches long primary and secondary roots before being transferred to the growing media. Number 2. Choose a pot or container that is a size bigger than the size of the cutting roots. Oversized pots may cause root rot by holding moisture for a longer period. The pot should have enough drainage holes at the bottom. Now, the root of this Monstera cutting will easily fit in the 6 inches pot. So I'm going to repot it in this pot for now, and will increase the pot size as soon as the plant bound its roots in it. Number 3. Here I'm using succulent soil as an initial soil mix because after transplantation, to acclimatize the water roots to the soil, we need to keep the soil nearly soggy situation for about 3 to 4 days. And since the succulent soil is very porous, it drains out excess water, allowing the cutting to adjust quickly and reduce the risk of overwatering. Now let me show you the procedure of successfully shifting the water-rooted cutting in the soil. First, fill the bottom a few centimeters of the pot with soil. Then gently take out the plant from the propagation jar. Now carefully place the plant over the soil and cover the roots properly. I also added a wooden plank to support the plant. Since the water roots suffocate as soon as transferred to soil due to the difference in the oxygen level, keep the soil substrate slightly soggy or in a highly moist state for the next 3 to 4 days to adjust the water roots. Here, highly moist soil means it's not fully saturated but drips water as we squeeze it. Since the soil needs to be highly moist for the next few days, this succulent soil will prevent soil compaction as well as will drain out extra water fast, ultimately will prevent root rot and stem rot. So now I have watered the media thoroughly and will water again maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow if the soil feels lightly moist. The plant may wilt for the next 2 to 3 days, but maintaining the soil moisture will adjust the plant fast. I will reduce watering after 3 or 4 days, otherwise long-term soggy conditions definitely will rot the stem. Not only watering, but also the plant needs proper light exposure to adjust fast. Keep the plant in a bright place where the plant will receive 3 to 4 hours of bright indirect light, or keep the plant under the grow lights as I do, and ensure 10 to 12 hours of light through grow lights a day. Furthermore, increasing the humidity can help acclimate the plant fast. You can cover the plant with a humidity dome, but I'm not covering it here because it's monsoon in Bangladesh and the humidity level is already more than 60%. So, I have repotted the plant, kept it under the grow lights, and watered it evenly. I will gradually reduce watering after 3 or 4 days. Like now, I'm watering every day or every other day, but after 3 or 4 days, I will water as soon as the soil feels dry or 70% of the soil feels dry. So this is the update after 3 days, and the plant has no wilting or leaf browning issue, which means the plant has adjusted to the soil. Now, who doesn't want a larger Monstera plant? Obviously, every plant lover wants. And do you know, 1 to 2 hours of direct sunlight can make that happen. If it sounds interesting, then check the video that is displayed on the screen. I explained the logical ways to get a larger Monstera plant. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.